So I really enjoyed making this episode this week. I was highly caffeinated. I just got a new shipment of coffee from Black Rifle Coffee Company. And no, this isn't an ad for them. Just really good. So I had a lot of good energy today. A lot of times people say to me, they're like, I really love when you talk about the treatment, the evaluation, musculoskeletal injuries. That stuff's awesome. But, cool it a little bit on the business and marketing side. I don't want to hear that as much. But the thing is, marketing and sales are the lifeblood of your business. And without those being good, it doesn't matter what you do. And we all default back to this idea like, I'm just going to get better at treatment, go to more and more seminars and do things like that. And the marketing and the sales will take care of itself. And a lot of those bullshit gurus and experts are just like, hey, if you build it, they will come. But that doesn't happen. So in this episode, I really dove into some mistakes that massage therapists make with their marketing and give you some real world tactics and things that you can use. Because at the end of the day, you have a duty and obligation to get your message out to people and start marketing so you can sell better. Hope you guys enjoy the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast. Dr. Matt Maggio here. Let's get right into it. On my last episode, talked about the thing I didn't want to talk about, the resurgence of COVID, giving you some ideas how to survive this second wave, how to transform your business and your marketing and your message. Now, a lot of people come to me and they become part of the Facebook group, follow me on LinkedIn, listen to this podcast because they really like the insights that I give on treatment, figuring out how to fix problems and things like that. Now, the treatment is so important because if you don't have a good product and it's shit, it doesn't matter what you do. But the problem is, especially the majority of us as soft tissue therapists and specialists, and you should be a specialist when you say that, is we think it's all about the treatment. And the problem is a lot of people out there selling seminars and treatment, they want you to also think that it's all about the treatment and only the treatment. But marketing and sales are the lifeblood of your business. And without them, it doesn't matter if you're the best in the world. If people don't know you, it doesn't matter. Guy I used to learn from, Grant Cardone, used to say, if they don't know me, they can't flow me. So I get comments sometimes on LinkedIn and they're like, oh, thank you for going back to talking about the treatment. I don't really want to talk about the business stuff as much or the marketing, because it's something that we're not comfortable with. It's something that we're not good at. And when we're not good at it, we want to default back to the thing that we're better at, which is the treatment. They're like, I just got to get better at treatment. If I build it, they will come. That shit doesn't work nowadays, especially with what's going on. You can't be labeled as a commodity. You have to be labeled as something of true value, a solutions provider. I talk about this all the time. So these next two podcasts, I'm going to be talking about marketing and sales and trying to get you to wrap your mind around the idea of your product is probably pretty good. If you've invested a lot of time in training and things like that, I don't think you need more training. You might need a few fine tunings about how to figure out problems. And I teach that all the time in my program, in my system, but you got to get better at marketing and sales, especially now with COVID and all the shit going on and fighting for people's attention and getting it out there. So on this podcast, I wanted to share 3 mistakes that massage therapists make with their marketing. Let's get right into it. So number 1, they're selling a vitamin and not a painkiller. Now, I'm not talking about vitamins directly, not like supplements in your office, but essentially there's 2 types of things in there. It's either, are you giving a new opportunity, a new way to fix a problem, or are you just kind of giving them a vitamin? So essentially what this means is your treatment more like feel better, function better, relax, treat yourself, things like that? Or are you specifically fixing a problem? At the end of the day, humans are ingrained biologically and evolutionary to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Pain is truly motivating. And at the end of the day, you have to communicate effectively to that client that you're going to be able to solve their problem. You're going to be able to help fix their pain. And you don't do that. A lot of massage therapists aren't doing that. They make it so much on this idea of like, improving your function, improving this and doing that. No, you got to get them out of pain. And you want to try to do it as quick as possible because pain is truly motivating people. That's what truly brings them into your office when they have pain. But people aren't doing that. They default back to selling that vitamin. You got to be a pain killer because painkillers are what sells and what people will truly spend money on. Commit to that and go to a whole different level. Number 2, you make it too much about what you do instead of how you can help. You know, I used to make this same problem myself. My website was a giant ego mania, just manifestation of all my certifications, everything I do, all this training that I have and everything like that. It's all like, here's what I do. And I wasn't really communicating effectively to the client of how I can help. At the end of the day, people want their problems solved. They don't really honestly give a shit how you do it. They want it fixed and they want it fixed as quick as possible. So a lot of people in their marketing, they spend too much time marketing the how they're going to fix it instead of why they're going to fix it and what equips them to be better trained to solve that problem. And we all make that mistake. Number 3, we don't do marketing consistently, and some people don't do it at all. And this is a big problem because people's attention is at an all-time high, especially with COVID, being on their devices and things like that. They are craving for information and stimulation to their brain. But we, as soft tissue practitioners, we're really analytical people. We really are. We tend to be more analytical and we overthink it. They're like, I know I should make some videos. I know I should do a podcast. I know I should just do more consistent, but I'm going to look stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use Facebook correctly. I don't know how to market on Instagram. I don't know how to use LinkedIn. Everything is just confusing and it's going to look shitty and I'm going to look stupid. So I'm just not going to do it. And I'm just going to continue to go back to these seminars and give those people more and more money, but I'm not going to get my message out there. And the thing is, just record, just share how you can help. And you'd be amazed how that builds up. The beauty is it's free and you can share it with people. And then you'll have a whole catalog of all the things that you have, and you can use those again later in marketing. I've made over like 1,000 videos since with the start of like 2014. And my first probably 300 videos were shit. I wasn't even looking in the camera. I was stuttering. I didn't know what I was doing. But you know what? I was consistent and I showed up consistent every week, every day. And here's the thing, and this is showing in statistics. I've talked to another person that I respect very well. And he told me that when people come into his program, they've noticed that 80% of them have been consuming content for at least 3 months. So people have their guards down nowadays, and I don't blame them because there's so much bullshit and there's so much nonsense out there. And they're just bombarded with stuff. So they want to like start to trust you. They want to see that you're an expert, true person that they can come in and solve their problem, but you have to be consistent. You have to be showing up. You have to create a schedule and stick to it. And it's going to get you out of your comfort zone, but it's something that's going to make you much better. And when you practice getting on video, explaining what you do, talking about it, that actually transforms back into your clients. And when you explain that as well. So just stick to a schedule and do it and be consistent. Don't miss it. I do a lot of learning and training through Russell Brunson. He created ClickFunnels. And he said, you know, if you're consistent and you record every day for a year, you're going to be in a really good spot and you'll never have to worry about money again. But what happens is people start, but they don't stick to it. It has to be discipline. It has to be routine. I sit down every Sunday and I plan out my entire week of where it's going to go, what content I'm going to make, how I'm going to share it. Just turn your fucking phone on, point it towards your face and talk about what you do, how you help solve problems. If your treatment is really fucking amazing and you know it can help people, get out there, share your message, because there's people out there every day that are in pain and going to bed every night in pain that could have access to your care, but they don't know because you're not willing to put yourself out there. Who gives a fuck what you look like or what you think? Be transparent, be honest, share with people how you can help, because you have a duty and obligation. And if you're just continuing to put your head in the sand like an ostrich and be like, I'm just going to continue to get better at treatment and eventually people will come, it's not going to work. There's a huge opportunity to go get new clients, get new people, but you have to be consistent. So just to recap, start selling a painkiller, not a vitamin. Number 2, take a look at your website. Is it just a big regurgitation of your ego and everything that you've done? Is it not communicating to the client how you can actually help solve their problem? Change that shit. And number 3, just hit record and do it consistently. Show up consistently because people will start to follow, start to listen, start to show up for you. So that's all I got today. I hope this podcast is helping you. We're getting downloads from all over the world. If you haven't joined the group, haven't become part of the Soft Tissue Revolution, you're missing out. Stay tuned on the next episode because on the next episode, I'm going to give you a guide to how to actually find your ideal client so you can market effectively to them. So hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the show. If you're a massage therapist and you want to learn more about our new methods that allow you to easily double your income without working any harder or getting burnout, we have some free resources for you. 1, join our Facebook group, The Soft Tissue Revolution. 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel. 3, request our free training series. 4, leave us a 5-star review and share this podcast with anyone else you know it can help. Links to all our channels and free training are in the show notes.